Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., time for our regular social media training session. What we're doing today is we're going to look at different social media content formats and which ones perform the best, look a little bit at the pros and cons. This is something that you guys have requested, so I've had a look online, and this is what I've managed to pull up and what I've had experience with as well. And then we're also going to have a very brief look at optimal posting times and how to do that. So it's going to be quite short and sweet today, but hopefully the information is really valuable to you. It will be posted on your online platform, so you can watch it at any time. And if you have any other requests of content that you would like shared during these training sessions, please send them on to Natalie, and she will get the info to me, and I will do my best to provide the information for you. So let's share my screen and get going. Right, social media content formats. This is a quick overview just to help you looking at the different type of content you can share on social media, on Facebook, and how it performs on these platforms. So we're going to look at 4 different formats. And the first one we're looking at is the static posts, which is basically just a post on Facebook with an image and with text. Whatever you do, don't post purely text, because people will scroll straight past that. So if you are going to do static posts, which are still valuable, then make sure that every static post has an image with the text. It's the image that is eye-catching. It is the image that will draw people's attention. You can even use GIFs or GIF, however you pronounce it, for your static post. So the thing about static posts is that they're simple, they're direct, they're perfect for things like product showcases or information that you want to share. The pros of a static post is that they're so easy to create. It's the quickest form of content creation. They also have direct messaging, and they are great for visual learners. All right, so they do have a place in social media. In fact, I still think that most of social media is probably static posts, because they're so easy to create. They're quick and easy. The cons are that they are less engaging. So a good thing to do is to ask questions to provoke some sort of answer in the comments. So although you can give information, the information is limited, because you don't want to put a huge long form caption. People just don't, on Facebook, they generally don't read those long form captions. Strangely enough, on Instagram, long form captions can work, but not for every single post. And then the other disadvantage of a static post is that it can get lost in the feeds, because the feeds are so busy. It's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. So here we've got some examples of static posts. The first one over here, back to site, is a product showcase. It's the promotion that we've been running for the last 3 months. And it's great because you've got a link where they can go and see the product, short little caption, some hashtags, sorry, went to blank, some hashtags to help in the search engines, and a great visual that's easily understandable by everybody. So great for product showcase, great for promotions. The second one we've got is a motivational or inspirational post. Those still do well. People like those. So, once again, not every single post, but once in a while, post an inspirational or Monday motivational or Fun Friday, something like that. People do like that. And then the third post here is a educational or a post that gives some value. It's a home hack. It's a cleaning tip. And, you know, those do attract attention because we're all looking for life hacks and things to make our life easier. So give some value and it could actually do well. So those are static posts. Let's go on to the next. So the next thing we're going to look at is videos on your feed. Video posts are engaging because of the movement. They catch the eye. All right. They're also informative. You can get a lot more information in a video post, either visually or through speaking, through audio. And they're fantastic for demonstrating technique. So if you want to show how you mix paint, or if you want to show a color palette, or a style of painting. Remember when that rag painting was the rage on all the walls? Things like that. Like video posts are perfect for that. This is an example of a video post that we posted from the Homemakers Fair. So it was just a newsy video post, and it had a lot of photos that were taken and made like a collage, almost like a slideshow, which also worked pretty well. The pros of video posts is that they are highly engaging. People love videos. They love movement. One of the things to remember is that sometimes people watch these video posts like in a queue or in a waiting room, and so they might not have the sound on. So putting in captions is a great idea. In fact, I think Facebook does automatically put captions in if you allow for that. So it's always good to say yes to the caption. As we said, they are informative. You can get a lot of information in a video. And the one great thing about videos is that they build trust, because especially when it's people speaking on a video, people sharing on a video, people doing things on a video, the public likes to see the people behind the product, and that builds trust. You know, a lot of big brands have a face for their brand. If you think of L'Oreal, they always have some actress or celebrity being the face of L'Oreal. You can think of in the home industry, there was that. Well, in the DIY industry, there was that Lizelle. I'm not sure if she still does it, but she was that funny lady who did all the DIY tips, and she built trust. Okay, so videos do build trust. The cons of videos is that it can be time consuming. You can take lots of little short snippets, but then threading them together into the video, either using an app or using Reels on your Facebook app or Instagram app, it does take time. I would say like a decent video will take at least 20 minutes, and that's being conservative. And also it requires a small amount of planning. And we did look at creating visuals and videos last week. So if you want to know anything more about that, just go and look on the platform where all the videos are, and you can find out exactly how to create videos and all of that. Right, so next is Reels. The next format is Reels. Reels are basically short form videos. So a reel is usually anything between 30 seconds to 90 seconds. They're punchy, they're short, they're fun, often lots of little things, boom, 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 boom. They've got music, they've got text, they can have audio as well. So they're actually probably one of the most popular forms of content on most social media platforms at the moment. Reels basically are copycat of TikTok. Because TikTok was so successful, Meta took on Reels, and they have been just as successful. So Reels are really trendy. People love them. They're the big thing at the moment. They're definitely attention grabbing because they're quick and they're punchy. And they're fantastic for quick tips and for any trend in the industry at the moment. you know, color palettes, how-tos, little DIY tutorials, home hacks, all those kind of things are fantastic on Reels. Got to be done in 90 seconds. So, you know, it makes it really punchy. The pros of Reels is that they generally get high engagement, they get a much wider reach, and they're very trendy at the moment. The cons are also time consuming. So although you're only doing 30 to 90 seconds, it's got to be done well. It's got to be punchy. Like I said, it's got to grab attention. And so that takes time to create it nicely, to put in the captions, to find the right music, to edit the video cuts that you've made. So my best way of making a reel, once again, I think this is on the video that we shared last week, the training we shared last week. But my best way of creating a reel is straight from the TikTok app, which I can then download and use on Facebook and on Instagram. And I usually, when I'm creating a reel, I just take lots of short videos. I upload those into the app. I then edit each little clip so that it's not too long and I get the best part of it in. I find some music that works well for it, and voila. Oh, and I add caption. Voila, we're there to go. And the TikTok app has a great format to do that. Of course, you can use other things like CapCut and all sorts of apps that are available for video editing and for reels, specifically for reels editing. The other con is that it does require creativity. You know, a reel is fantastic. You can just have colors and words that move quickly with punchy music, and that can work. But the more creative you are, the more engagement you will get, and the more people you will reach. And again, reels have become a busy place. So sharing reels, you want the creativity to make it fun. And I'll never forget, Simone did a great one with her wedding dress at her store. It was some competition that she was doing, but it was such a cool reel. So go and check out hers. We do have it on a previous training session as well. But yeah, so creative, and it worked really, really well. And finally, our fourth content format is stories. The stories are temporary. They are the short snippets that you find on the top of your Facebook feed, on the top of your Instagram feed. They are short and sweet as well. I think they're even shorter than a reel, and they only last for 24 hours. Okay, the nice thing about stories is you can just use writing, you can just use photographs with writing on it, or you can just use a photograph. You can use video snippets, but they're only there for 24 hours. Let's have a little deeper look at that. So there's a screenshot of the stories at the top of my phone. This Universal Paints one here is Eddie Vilakazi, who's busy building his dream home. He's got thousands, I mean hundreds of thousands of followers, and he is using Universal Paints for his all his paintwork. And we've done a deal with him, and he now creates stories which we reshare, and they just are doing really, really well. But this is where the stories come up. So it's the top of your feed on Facebook. Stories are great because they're interactive. On a story, you can put in a poll or a quiz or questions and answers, and people can answer them. So it's great for engagement and for people getting to know you. They're also casual. They don't have to be professional or formal. They quick and easy. You know, something you take a snap, you upload it onto your story. They're great for polls because they have a poll feature. They have a question and answer feature. They have all sorts of features. So it's really fun to play with stories and to look at what's available. They're also great for daily updates because they're only 24 hours and for limited time offers. The pros of stories is that they are interactive and they cause engagement. And also, because they're only up for 24 hours, they create a sense of urgency. The cons of stories is that they have a short lifespan, the 24 hours. So once it's up, they're gone. And because of the short lifespan, they do require frequent posting. Stories are fun. You don't have to get hung up on them. You can also create a story from your post. And I think if it's great to post a story a day, but if you only post a story a week, that's also cool. But it's a great feature. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some comparisons. So we're going to look at each of these different formats and compare their popularity, their use. So stories have the highest reach. They're often seen by a high percentage of existing followers. All right. So stories won't go out beyond your followers, but a lot of your followers will see your story. And that's a great advantage. Reels, they have a potentially high reach. And the cool thing is that the reach from Reels goes beyond your followers, because Reels are shown to, the algorithm shows Reels to everybody, not just to your followers. So if Facebook or Instagram thinks somebody may be interested in your Reel, it will push it out to them. The cool thing about Reels is that the quicker people watch them and engage with them, the more it's pushed out to more people. Okay, so try and get people's attention, try and get engagement on your Reels, because then it gets pushed out more and more by the algorithm. And it gets pushed out to new people, not your followers. Videos have a moderate reach depending on their engagement. Engagement is always key. Once people engage on your post, they start to see more of your posts, and their friends might see it as well. So we're always after engagement, and videos are a great way to get engagement. And then static posts do have the lowest reach, simply because there's not that movement. So with your static posts, try and use the best visuals you've got, bright, colorful, something that's beyond the ordinary to capture that attention. Let's just look a little bit further at percentages. So stories, and this is very general, it can change. Sometimes you'll have a static post that just goes crazy and a story that hardly gets anything. But generally, stories have a 70 to 80% reach. Remember, it's just your followers. Reels have a 50 to 60% reach, but it goes beyond your followers. So that's also important. So stories and reels are both really great to use. Videos, a 30 to 40% reach, and static posts 10 to 20%. So now on your Facebook pages, you're getting plenty of static posts from the main universal page. Okay, so because you're getting plenty of static posts, I would suggest that you focus on stories, reels, and videos when you do your posting. Even if you've got a bunch of photos, make it into a slideshow. All right, so that there's movement. That creates either a reel or a video. Rather do that than put in more static posts, just because you can see the comparison. Yeah. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope that you're inspired to use those different formats. We're going to have a quick look at optimal posting times now. What I'm going to do is we're going to look at when to post, which is basically when your audience is most active. And we're going to look at the Facebook Insights on Business Suite and your Facebook Planner to show you the best times to post. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to get out of this video, and we're going to go into Facebook. I'm going to stop sharing in case you can't see this. All right, and now I'm going to share the screen again so that you can see what's happening on the Facebook page. All right, so first thing is let's go to, are we on Universal Paints? I can't see. No, so let me go to Universal Paints. There we go. All right, so now I'm on our business page. I'm going to go to the home page, and it will let me. All right, so here we are on the Universal Paints home page. All right, so in order to see the insight, I'm actually going to go into Meta Business Suite. All right, I'm going to reshare because sometimes when I do that, it doesn't show that I'm sharing. So let's reshare the screen. Right, now we are in Meta Business Suite. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on the left-hand toolbar here to Insight. Okay, we're looking at best times to post. When I'm in Insights, I'm going to come down to Audience in the toolbar here. And we've come into Audience. Now I'm going to Trends. This does change from time to time, so you always have to play around to find the right thing. Right, now with the trends, if I look down here, it's got the most active times based on the last 28 days. We're on Wednesday today, so it's looking at Wednesday, and it's telling me that the majority of your followers are active on Facebook around 9 a.m. PST on Wednesdays. So we would have to look up what PST is. I think it's Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to quickly Google it on my phone. 9 a.m. PST, which is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. All right. So if that's the case, then I should be doing more posts in the evening. If I want to look on another day, let's look on Friday. It's the same. So come back here every now and again and just have a look and see. I do find that generally it's the like here it's saying 9 a.m. on Friday or 6 p.m. our local time. I do generally find then that works for most of the time. Sometimes the weekends are a bit different, but generally during the week it's the same. There is the other school of thought that if you do it between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., you're generally going to have a good time. A lot of people looking. But now the other thing I want to look at is if we go right to this very far toolbar here, if we go into Planner. So I've showed you this before in the training as how you can schedule posts. So when you schedule a post, like look here at the moment, it's saying here, this week your Instagram followers are most active at 2 p.m. Okay, so it's slightly different to what the insights have told us, but I lie because we were looking at Facebook insights and it said 6 p.m., didn't it? All right, so this is also a way to see when are the best times to post. I would look at it maybe once every 2 weeks or so if you want to go according to the optimal time. I still do believe if you post between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., you're generally going to be okay. Right, let me stop sharing here and we're going to go back to our screen, our slideshow. Let's get it up first. Okay. How do I do it from this? I'm just going to start from the beginning and go through it quickly. So we've looked at all of this. And we've just finished looking at the optimal times to post. So you can do it through your Facebook Insight, the audiences, and the trend, or you can do it with, and when, I forgot to show you this, when you do schedule a post on Planner, where I just showed you how to go into Planner, when you schedule the post, it tells you here, today the best times to post, 6 p.m. on Facebook, and it's got here tomorrow or Thursday, the best times to post. So it will show you when you schedule posts, when are the best times to post. What to post? We have looked at this before, so it's just a quick recap. Basically, when you're using visual, try and use the best quality pics and videos from your phone. Use the apps that help you that we looked at them last week, to help you to sharpen and make your pics more crisp. And if you need to, use a filter. Post things that are interactive, so question and answers, polls, quizzes, challenges, before and after, they all work well. Educational, give tips. People love tips. Give short tutorials. Give DIY tips and advice. And of course, you're in the color business, so give advice on colors, on color palettes, and all that type of thing. Behind the scenes always goes well. So staff news, birthdays, new staff, staff member of the week or employee of the week, new stock that's come in, new signage, all things like that are great to show. And then if you want to do competitions, those have proved to be really well, and they can be simple, easy competitions. But all of that is great to post. I hope this has helped you. I hope that you're using this information. If you want to know about anything else, please let me know. I'll be back next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m., or see you on the platform where all these are posted. Thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful week. Goodbye.